Frigibax is going to be getting a community day in the month of June, and you do not want to miss out on this particular event. And I'm going to be going over the details for this event in this video and talking about why this is going to be super important. Hey, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's dive right into it. So, today we're going to be talking about the next community day that's coming to Pokemon GO, and it is going to be featuring the pseudo-legendary Pokemon Frigibax. I realized I've been calling it Frigibax this whole time. I found out recently it's actually pronounced Frigibax, so yeah, if that's something that was bothering you, my bad. But yeah, Frigibax, this is a very powerful pseudo-legendary Pokemon. More specifically, its evolved form, Baxcalibur. It is currently considered a top-tier raid attacker, and it is even better than some legendaries. Frigibax is definitely a high-priority Pokemon when it comes to getting as many of them as you can, and of course, getting the shiny for this Pokemon is definitely going to be a very nice part of your collection. So let's go over the details for this community day, and then afterwards let me talk about why Baxcalibur is definitely worth going after. Frigibax Community Day is going to be happening on Saturday, June 20th from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. local time. This is going to be a community day featuring the Ice-type Pokemon Frigibax, actually. I keep pronouncing it Frigibax, but it is actually pronounced Frigibax. So, you're gonna have an increased chance at encountering shiny Frigibax during this event, and you're also going to potentially get one with a special background. And it's been kind of recent, but they've been starting to include special background Pokemon during community days in the wild, so you don't have to complete any special research or do any field research tasks in order to get the special background Pokemon. You could potentially find it in the wild. Now, of course, considering this is a community day, Frigibax is going to get an exclusive move when you evolve it to Baxcalibur. It's going to be the Charge Attack Glaive Rush. And this is going to be a very powerful charge attack that's going to deal 105 power in gyms and raids, and then it's going to deal 90 damage and decrease the defense of your opponent by 1 stage in trainer battles. So, I do think this is going to be a game changer move, especially when it comes to PvP. You do not want to miss out on it for this community day. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there is going to be a special research, and what I will say is that these special researches tend to be really good. So, for this particular community day, it's going to cost $1.99 USD, and you're going to get 3 encounters with Frigibax with the special background, and you're going to get additional encounters with Frigibax. You're also going to get a premium battle pass, as well as a rare Candy XL. Now, if you want to get the special research ticket, of course, it's going to be in the in-game shop or the Poké Store. I will say these community day tickets are always worth the value. They're definitely worth the $1.99. Now, in terms of the bonuses that are going to be active for this community day, they're actually the really good ones. First and foremost, you're going to get triple the amount of Stardust for every Pokemon you catch, and you're going to get double the amount of candy for every Pokemon you catch. Yeah, you heard that right. This is going to be a Stardust community day, which means if you want to load up on a ton of Stardust, make sure you go all out during this particular event. And then for trainers who are level 31 and up, you're going to get double the chance at getting Candy XL whenever you catch Pokemon, and then Incense, excluding the Daily Adventure Incense, is going to last for 3 hours. You're also going to get additional encounters when you take snapshots, and then lure modules are going to last for 1 hour, and will attract more of the community day Pokemon. You're also going to be able to do 1 additional special trade during this event, and then trades are going to cost 50% less Stardust. And of course, for community days, they typically extend the duration of the event through lure modules, and it's going to continue on with this particular event. From 2 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. local time, lure modules that are placed during the event and then afterwards are going to have a high chance at spawning Frigibax. And of course, it's going to have the increased shiny chance and a chance at having the special background. This is their way of extending community day hours for anyone who is not able to do the 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. local time event hours, and I really like the fact that they are continuing to do this. And then finally, this is something I always like to mention when it comes to community days, but there's going to be field research tasks that's going to award you with Frigibax encounters. This is a great way for you to pick up high IV shinies, and they will actually potentially have the special background as well. I really do think this is something you should not overlook because it does add a lot of value to these events. Think of it as your typical community days, but also a limited research day. You could potentially get yourself a high IV shiny Frigibax, so do not ignore field research tasks. Alright, so when it comes to pseudo-legendaries, I will say that Baxcalibur is a very powerful one. I mean, compared to other pseudo-legendaries that we've had in the past, I will say it's going to be in the upper echelon. I mean, it's probably going to be up there with Pokemon like Metagross as well as Tyranitar. The reason why I say that is because when it comes to Ice-type raid damage, Baxcalibur is actually a really decent Pokemon. There are certainly going to be some Ice types that are going to be more powerful than Baxcalibur, but it is definitely a top tier option, especially because when it comes to Ice types, there's not many to choose from. Of course, there's going to be the fusion forms of Kyurem, which are going to be the absolute best Ice types, but it's going to be really hard to get a full team of 6 of them with fully moved out, like fully maxed out, and also just with the highest potential amount of damage as possible. Baxcalibur is a great second option. So I will say that for this particular community day, you will want to farm up as many of them as you possibly can, especially because when it comes to Pokemon Go Fest Global, which is going to be happening in the following month, you're going to need some really good Ice types. There's going to be a lot of raids that are going to be weak against Ice type raid damage, and Baxcalibur is going to be a great option for those particular raids. Now, another thing regarding Baxcalibur is that it can be a really decent PvP Pokemon. I think in certain specialty cups, as well as I believe the Ultra League and the Great League, it could actually be top tier. Maybe it's not going to be one of the best, but considering we are about to get a new season, it is possible that Baxcalibur could prove to be useful. So I do think this is going to be a super important community day, on top of you being able to get as many Frigibax as you possibly can, getting those candies. Considering how rare this Pokemon is, it's going to be beneficial for you to get yourself a whole bunch of Baxcaliburs, especially those with high IVs. And like I said, getting the shiny for this Pokemon is definitely going to have a lot of value. It's definitely a rare shiny. It's one of those where I haven't really seen Baxcalibur themed events. I haven't really seen any Frigibax events. Typically it's a research breakthrough Pokemon or a 10-kilometer egg Pokemon. You don't necessarily see them in the wild. So getting a shiny of this Pokemon is definitely going to be high value. So yeah, I will say this is a super important community day. You don't want to miss out on it. Again, it's going to be happening on June 20th. Make sure you mark your calendars. It's definitely going to be a good time. In any case, that's going to be it for this video. Share your thoughts regarding this community day down below. Are you going to be going all out for this particular community day? Are you really excited for shiny Baxcalibur? Share those thoughts in the comments, and let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you want to support my channel, best way you can do that is hitting the like button for this video, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. Also, check out the links in the description below. One of them is to my Patreon page, and if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, best way you could do that is by joining my Patreon, because I add all my Patreon members. So if you want to open and send gifts, do remote raids with me, make sure you go and check out my Patreon. Again, a link to it is in the description below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's going to be it for this video. I'm Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next video.